And again, I'd like to welcome you all to our 1:30 p.m. Tuesday session today, and we'll be covering all about beverages and hydration. So again, thank you all so much for coming on, and I hope you learned something new. I'm going to read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information and any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat, and I would appreciate that. And let's make sure our TVs and cell phones are silenced to the best of our abilities for others, but most importantly ourselves, to give us the most immersive experience, okay? And I always recommend that you have something to write notes down, pen and paper, another device to record some notes, so that way you could review them for later, okay? Thank you so much. So to keep our meetings organized and avoid talking over each other, have some kind of etiquette, I just ask that you use the raise hand feature. Either during or at the end of our sessions or at the end, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions or comments or reactions, anything of that nature, using this feature. So I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. Again, if your Zoom is not updated, you can hit more at the top right, and then you can tap on raise hand, or you can go at the bottom. If your Zoom has updated, you can hit the reactions button and then tap on raise hand. So either way, if your hand is raised, you will see that it says your hand is raised. So again, I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. So far we have 11, 12, I included myself. So we have 14 hands. I appreciate that so much, you all. That's more than half. Again, if you ever have a question, a reaction to someone, a comment, anything of that nature, if I ask you to raise your hand for X, Y, and Z, you know how to do that by, again, tapping more at the top right, then hitting raise hand, or you can hit reactions at the bottom and then tap raise hand. So I appreciate that, you all. At the bottom, you see it says your hand is raised, so don't forget to hit lower to lower your hand. So that way everyone can be acknowledged. So I know everyone in Zoom to please lower their hand. Again, it says hand is raised, and then it says lower. So you hit the lower button to lower your hand. Thank you, thank you. Just have two hands up. So again, don't forget to lower your hand when it says your hand is raised, and then it says lower, okay? Thank you so much. That was really fast. I appreciate that. If you want to communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share a greeting, like hello, happy Tuesday, happy National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. You can send a photo, you can ask a question in the chat. I'm able to read the chat during the session, so I can, see if anyone has a question or needs to review anything. Anything of that nature, really. So if you want to use the chat, again, if your Zoom is not updated, you can hit more at the top right, and then you can hit chat. And this is where the chat window will come up, where it says tap here to chat. Or again, if your Zoom has updated, you can see that the chat is simply here at the bottom. So it just says chat, okay? So in the chat, it says tap here to chat, either one that you have. You tap in that area, and then you'll be able to send a message using the keyboard. So I'm gonna write hello, and then there is no biscuit emoji. I wish there was. Every update, there are new emojis, so maybe we could recommend an emoji like that, but I'll search bread. Or literally bread. I have to write in bread. So here is some bread options for you all. So you could share that in the chat. So again, I want everyone in Zoom to please share, something as a simple hello. You can send some emojis, things of that nature, okay? You can even send a photo in Zoom by hitting the plus sign, and you can hit photo in your Photos app as well and add any photo that you have in your Photos app to the Zoom chat. So this is a wonderful picture that someone shared. These flowers from my other session as well. So you can add more than one photo at a time, or you could do each of them at a single time. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Okay, so again, I want everyone in Zoom to please share a chat. Again, it could be something as simple as a hello or a picture, things of that nature. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, you all. Just helping to assist someone really quick through the chat. So again, I'll be shouting out those that have sent a message. So yep, hello, good afternoon. Thank you, Miss Matthews. I appreciate that. Um, Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Miss Dolores. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, hello, let me see, 2 images. Thank you, Miss Rosemary. I'm ready for this session. Oh, I love this little kind of comic strip kind of situation. It looks so cool. Thank you so much for that. If I wanted to save this image, I could do so by holding the image, okay? And then I can hit save image. So I could save this image to my Photos app if I wanted to. So again, that's a really convenient feature to do so, okay? Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, going through Happy Buttermilk Biscuit Day. I made buttermilk biscuits on Saturday. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anne. I know they were top tier. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much. You got it. Hello, no biscuits, but holiday waffles. Oh my God. Yvonne, like those are so cute. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate that. Hey, Brenda, and hey, Ms. Doris. And again, thank you so much for joining. We also have a newcomer on, Miss Holmes, Miss Linda. Thank you so much for coming on to our 1:30 p.m. session. If you all could all welcome Miss Linda to our Zoom sessions, and one of our newest participants, please share that in the chat and please welcome her onto our sessions. Again, Miss Linda Holmes, thank you so much for coming on to our session today. Yeah, so again, please continue to utilize the chat, again, not just during this Zoom session, but every Zoom session that you attend. Just saying a simple hello to those that are on the call can really put a smile on someone's face. So appreciate that. So we so far went over the raise hand, and we also went over the chat feature in Zoom. So please make sure you utilize those features while you are in a Zoom call, okay? Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so that's what we went over in the chat as well. So in the chat, I would love to, if you could share, what are you eating? So what are you having for lunch today? So again, this is typically a session we do during our lunch hour. So again, in the chat, please share what you are eating today. Maybe if you're not eating right at this moment, maybe share what you ate this morning or what you cooked for this weekend, anything of that nature. Um, this past weekend, I was able to get some seafood with my friends, some shrimp and some crab legs. So that was really, really good. I was able to take advantage of that. And I still have some, so that's what I have been eating as well. So again, in the chat, please share again any thing that you're eating, that you're enjoying or have enjoyed this week, and we would really appreciate that. So today, again, we're talking about beverages and hydration. So what is a beverage, right? A beverage is a liquid that is specifically prepared for human consumption. It can include a wide range of drinks, such as juices, soft drinks, coffee, tea, milk, alcoholic beverages, and more. Beverages are commonly consumed to quench thirst, provide hydration, or for simple enjoyment. Because, you know, who doesn't love a good juice or even a cup of coffee or tea once in a while, right? You may not think twice about choosing what drink to enjoy with your meal, whether it be a bottle of water or a can of soda or maybe even a glass of wine, but you know, you should before enjoying a meal, because the selecting your beverage can have a huge impact on your quality of life. Okay. So next up is a video, again, talking about the difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. And I was a chemistry person or major in school, so I like the science aspects of this video that he talks about. And you may learn something new about maybe your favorite drink, favorite nourishing drink, etc. So I hope you learned something new and I hope you enjoy the video.
Any liquid or drink made for human consumption is called beverage. The word beverage is used as a replacement of any kind of drink or potable liquid served in hotel, restaurant or any other F&B outlet. So in this video, we are going to talk about classification of beverages, their types and examples. Beverages are broadly classified into two categories: alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic beverages. Well, as the name suggests, any drink containing alcohol is called alcoholic beverage. In scientific term, alcohol is also known by ethanol or ethyl alcohol. So if it is in your drink, then it's an alcoholic beverage. For example, wine, whiskey, brandy, rum, etc. On the other hand, if there is no alcohol in your drink, then it's non-alcoholic beverage or alcohol-free beverage. For example, tea, coffee, juice, soft drink, etc. But in some parts of worlds, it's not completely true. They measure alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages based on alcohol by volume. ABV is worldwide recognized system of measuring how much ethanol is contained in a given volume of an alcoholic beverage. Normally, it is measured as number of milliliter of pure ethanol present in 100 ml of solution at 20 degrees Celsius. In general, ABV is also used to classify these beverages. In United States, anything less than 0.5% alcohol by volume is considered or labeled as non-alcoholic beverage, and above 0.5 are considered alcoholic. For example, Beck's Blue with 0.05% ABV is considered non-alcoholic. Now let's come back to first category, that is alcoholic beverages. Alcohol is normally produced through fermentation process. In fermentation, action of yeast upon glucose solution breaks down the glucose into alcohol and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide escapes into air and we are left with fermented beverage. The glucose is a kind of sugar. For different type of sugars, check the I button above. The sugar or glucose can be obtained from substances such as fruits, cereals, molasses and other plant extracts. Higher the amount of sugar in the substance used, higher the alcohol percentage in the fermented beverage. So that's how we get our fermented alcoholic beverage. That is our first type of alcoholic beverage. Fermented alcoholic beverages are further classified into two categories, wine and beer. In United States, wine is referred as any fermented beverage obtained from any kind of fruit. But in European Union, the term wine refers to fermented beverage made from grapes only, and wine made from other fruits are called fruit wines. The alcoholic percentage may vary roughly as low as 5% to as high as 25% alcohol by volume depending on the type of wine. On the other hand, beer is prepared by fermentation of malted cereals such as corn, wheat, rye, rice, and the most commonly used cereal is barley. These are generally called fermented malt beverages. For beer, alcoholic percentage is generally 5 to 6%. As beer is produced from malted cereals, so it's also called malt beverages. Do know
that's why they're called beer malt beverages, because of the cereals as well. So again, I think that's a really cool fun fact to know.
Beer is a malt beverage, but not all malt beverages are beer. For more detail on beer making process, check the I button above. Now generally we know that wine and beer has very low percentage of alcohol. So for obtaining the high percentage of alcohol by volume, alcohol is separated from the fermented alcoholic beverages by distillation method. For more detail on distillation method, watch my video on alcoholic beverages. The alcoholic beverages we obtain through distillation method are called distilled beverages or simply spirits. Spirits contain more alcohol than any other potable alcoholic beverages, and its product normally ranges from 40 to 70%. It might go higher in some cases, depending on regional laws and policies. Distilled beverages or spirits are rum, which is made from molasses or sugarcane juice; gin, which is a neutral spirit distilled from something natural like wheat, barley, potatoes, or grapes.
Isn't that crazy? You can make gin out of potatoes or grapes. Again, something interesting to see.
The flavor
And here,
of a gin comes from its botanicals such as herbs, seeds, flowers, plants, or spices added during production. And crucially, all gin must contain juniper plant. Juniper is a kind of shrub which is predominant flavor in gin. Brandy made from fruit juices. Tequila, which is obtained from blue agave plant. Whiskey from cereals grain of corn, rye and barley. Vodka is obtained from fermented mass of grains, and you can also get it from any starch containing raw material. For example, potatoes, sugar beet, peas can be used in a mixture with cereal. Now, except these two categories of alcoholic beverages, there is a third category, compounded beverages. These are made by combining either a fermented beverage or spirit with added sugar and flavoring substances. As it is blend of different alcoholic beverages and ingredients, so also referred as mixed beverages. These are also of two types, liqueurs and cocktail. In short, liqueurs are flavored and sweetened spirits. For flavor, one can add derivatives of fruits, herbs, nuts, etc. These can be colored or colorless. Cocktails are alcoholic mixed drinks, normally either combination of spirits or one or more spirits mixed with other ingredients such as fruit juices, tonic water, flavored syrup, etc. For more detail, check this video. And also for more detail on classification of alcoholic beverages, I will suggest to watch this video. Link is also in the description below. Now let's come to the second category of beverages, that is non-alcoholic beverages. We further classify non-alcoholic beverages into three categories: stimulating beverages, refreshing beverages, and nourishing beverages. Stimulating beverages stimulates or increase the blood pressure and heartbeat, which results in high physical and mental activities. Major central nervous system stimulant we use in stimulating beverages is caffeine, which is found in coffee, tea and cocoa. Tea contains theine or thein, which is also a form of caffeine. Refreshing beverages. Refreshing beverages replenishes the fluid loss from the body due to perspiration. It makes you feel refreshed, energetic and cool again after you have been tired. In this category we include carbonated water, soft drinks, squashes, syrups, lemonade, etc. For more detail on carbonated water, check the I button. Nourishing beverages. Nourishing beverages provide nutrients to the body for good health and energy. We usually include milk and fresh juices, malted drinks such as Bonvita, Complan, Horlicks. Shakes are made from blending fresh fruit and fresh milk. Smoothies are made by blending fresh fruits, purees, ice, yogurt and sweetening, etc. Well guys, that's all for the classification of beverages.
So again, you all, I hope you all enjoyed the video and you learned about the difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. So again, I never knew that beverages were grouped in these categories, like the fermented, the spirits, and the compounded beverages versus the stimulating, refreshing, and nourishing beverages too. So I like how they grouped it based on different purposes and different characteristics based on whether being alcoholic, non-alcoholic, and some of the subgroups that are there. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something new, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, you can tap more at the top right, and then you can tap raise hand. Okay, again, if you learned something new about a group, about a particular beverage, like beer and wine, then how those came to be, what the different ingredients of some of these drinks can be. Like you can make some drinks with peas or potatoes or even beets, like corn. Like we all know corn, but it's still, quite astounding that we can make these beverages out of these materials. So thank you. I see we have about 6 hands up. I appreciate that. You all could lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. Okay. So again, I hope you all enjoyed that video. So now we're going to talk about hydration, why it is important. Again, we talked about this with Sue a little bit about 2 weeks ago and such. But again, hydration refers to the process of providing the body with adequate amounts of water or other fluids to maintain optimal functioning. Fluids are essential for various bodily functions and play a vital role in overall health. Hydration, there are many benefits. It regulates body temperature through sweat production and evaporation. So by drinking water and being hydrated helps regulate your body temperature. It supports your organ function, like your heart and kidneys and liver. Don't need those nutrients and things to support that function. It aids digestion. Hydration allows us to absorb nutrients and eliminate waste much easier. Being hydrated lubricates our joints. So just by staying hydrated, again, it reduces the risk of joint pain and stiffness. Being hydrated promotes healthy skin. It keeps your skin hydrated and moisturized and boosts your energy levels. You're able to maintain optimal energy and cognitive function and much, much more reasons. So there are many, 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 many reasons why being hydrated is so, so important to your daily life. And especially again, with the warmer and hotter months coming, it's very important to stay hydrated. So if you're out and about, you are good to go in that regard. We learned a lot about if you're not hydrated, if you don't have enough water in your system, how bad that could be. So again, there are many, many benefits of being hydrated. Thank you, Brenda. I see your chat. You shared an image with some tips, making basically bioactive water that we learned about, putting fruits and veggies and things of that nature into the water makes it more hydrating than just water by itself as well. So thank you for those tips as well. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, so rethink your drink. Let me make sure I did not miss anything. But again, so far we learned about what is a beverage, the classification of beverages, and why it's important to stay hydrated, okay? So rethink your drink. Be aware of your sugar in your drinks. So if I zoom in, okay, so this is the actual size of 1 teaspoon of sugar. So again, just to think about it, right? So if I go on to these images, if you look, lemonade, an 18-ounce lemonade, and it's from Chick-fil-A, but I think pretty much in general, it contains 14 teaspoons or 56 grams of sugar. Same for orange juice. You see, look at that, 9 teaspoons. It's better than the lemonade, but it's still quite a bit, right? Frozen blended chocolate drink, 21 teaspoons of sugar. A caramel latte contains 9 teaspoons of sugar or 36 grams. A slushy, 21 teaspoons of sugar. Energy drink, This Monster Energy drink, 13 and a half teaspoons. Even a Gatorade, right? A lot of athletes like, to drink Gatorades and things of that nature, but even Gatorade, if you drink too much, it's not so good for you. There's 34 grams of sugar, the least. It's the least out of this whole list, right? So if you were to drink anything on this list, the sports drink would be not the best, but the best option available, kind of. This frozen mocha, 13 teaspoons. This cola, 16 teaspoons. Pretty typical. And even this whole chocolate milk. Again, anytime that you purchase a beverage in the store, things of that nature, make sure you take a look at the nutrition facts. We learned how to read the label, quite a few times in our sessions, but just keep note about the amount of sugar that is in that particular bottle, okay? But this video, again, just some refreshing drinks to start your day off on the right foot. So I hope you all, again, find a drink that you like and want to drink. So again, 15 powerful morning drinks you must have right when you wake up. So again, here are some suggestions. I hope you learn something new and find a new recipe that you may like.
Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to another Bestie video. Don't you just love waking up refreshed in the morning? Can't relate? Have you been feeling like you don't get a full night's sleep? Maybe it's because you don't pay much attention to how you kickstart the day. Mornings can be difficult, especially when you keep pushing the snooze button. Dragging yourself out of the bed can be quite a task, but not if you know what to drink. The right drink will hydrate, energize, and boost metabolism. That's right, starting the day with a healthy beverage in place of a regular cup of joe will make a world of difference. But what are these rejuvenating drinks? Is matcha green tea a good replacement for coffee? What about ginseng? Does warm water and a lemon slice really do the trick? In this video, we'll be talking about some awesome energy-packed drinks to start the morning on a healthy and refreshing note. Number 1. Ginseng tea. It's time to switch up your morning drink from just a mere wake-me-up to a nutrient-packed beverage. Ginseng tea has roots in China and has long been used for medicinal properties. This sweet-tasting tea that leaves a bitter aftertaste contains tons of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. They, along with other active compounds, fight off fatigue and weakness. All these benefits, without the presence of harmful chemicals and caffeine, make it definitely worth a shot. What is your favorite morning drink? Tell us in the comments. Number 2. Pomegranate tea. Pomegranate tea is an offbeat choice for a morning drink, but it sure works. Drinking it in the morning on an empty stomach increases the oxygen levels in the blood. The antioxidants present in them fights off harmful free radicals, lowers cholesterol, and even prevents blood clots. This means that blood flows freely in the body and, in turn, improves the oxygen levels. All you need to do is add some pomegranate juice into a regular cup of cool green tea and top it off with some chia seeds to make it more powerful and wholesome. Number 3. Warm water with lemon. Drinking warm water with a couple of drops of lemon juice is one of the most natural, affordable, and simplest ways of improving health as well as starting the day. If an alternative to a regular cup of tea or coffee has you interested, then this combination of lemon and water with a dash of honey will be the perfect replacement. Drinking this will also keep the digestive system healthy and working effectively throughout the day by reducing the level of heartburn and bloating. Number 4. Water with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, or ACV, has been ruling the healthy food chart for a long time now. Adding just 1 or 2 tablespoons of ACV with water will help in maintaining blood sugar levels, promote weight loss, and improve the symptoms related to PCOS, or polycystic ovary syndrome. Drinking this magic vinegar on an empty stomach also increases the body's ability to maximize the health benefits by properly processing the foods that will be eaten later on in the day. Number 5. Matcha green tea. The vibrant green matcha has some incredible health benefits. Drinking it in the morning is the perfect way of jumpstarting the metabolism and kickstarting the calorie-burning process for the day. There have been studies that show matcha burns fat 4 times faster than any other average fat loss drink. If you have a fast-paced morning, then matcha tea will induce a sense of calm and relaxation. Other than that, it also works as a mood booster, improves concentration, and detoxifies the body as well. Number 6. Berry smoothie. A simple berry smoothie is grossly underrated as a morning drink. It's a great way of boosting metabolism and getting your digestive system ready for the foods to be eaten for the rest of the day. Simply blitz some oats, yogurt, banana slices, and mixed berries together. This nutritional way of waking up in the morning alkalizes and energizes the body. For an extra kick, add some green tea into this smoothie and power through the day. Number 7. Coconut water. Coconut water is one of the most nutritious tropical fruits. A cool, tall glass of this is the ultimate summer drink. However, it's more than just that. It replenishes your body of its lost nutrients. Along with boosting immunity and getting rid of the bad cholesterol, coconut water also stimulates digestion, which is great news if you're looking to shed a couple of pounds. Number 8. Schizandra tea. Native to China, Schizandra has a unique taste, which is the combination of sour, bitter, sweet, pungent, and salty. As unique as that sounds, it has some incredible liver detoxifying effects and regulates blood sugar levels. It even fights off fatigue and increases energy levels, which is much needed, especially while waking up. Having this tea in the morning is a fantastic choice because it also promotes an overall sense of well-being. If you continue drinking it regularly, it will give the immune system a good boost. Number 9. Turmeric tea. We're all familiar with the soothing anti-inflammatory effects of adding turmeric in foods, but what about drinking turmeric tea in the morning? The active component in turmeric is curcumin, which suppresses the fat tissue and promotes weight loss. It's also an extremely potent natural antioxidant that gives more beneficial effects when it's combined with warm water. Drinking this golden drink when you wake up helps improve digestion and metabolism. If the gut is happy, then you are happy. Before we move forward, do you need help fighting signs of aging but are not? Licorice is traditionally associated with candies and confectionery items. Turns out it's also known for its holistic health benefits. If you suffer from acid reflux or heartburn, then drinking it will be the perfect start to the day. It soothes the digestive system, eases out the symptoms for asthma and external allergies. Just a half cup of this tea per day gives aid to the upper respiratory system. Packed with antioxidants, it'll give a refreshing start to the day. Number 11. Goji berry juice. Goji berries are vital in Asian culture for their medicinal and healing properties. Goji juice contains rich antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, and proteins that are rarely found in fruits. Drinking it in the morning boosts the immune system, curbs appetite, and speeds up the fat-burning process. Often referred to as the happy or smiling berry, its juice produces a feeling of calm and a sense of happiness, which sounds like the perfect way to start the day. Number 12. Vegetable juice. Adding any juice to the morning meal is always a great option. If you're looking to switch up the morning beverage game and are willing to go beyond tea, coffee, and milk, then vegetable juice is just the thing. It's a great way of replenishing and staying hydrated, plus getting the most nutrients out of vegetables. The high antioxidant content in vegetable juices will rejuvenate and make you feel active. A definite one to try, especially if work requires you to be on the go. Number 13. Bone broth. Bone broth is one of the most unconventional beverages to drink in the morning. It may be difficult to drink this, but once a habit is developed, then it'll be a cakewalk into a healthier tomorrow. Drinking just 1 cup of it first thing in the morning will allow the body to properly extract all the minerals and nutrients. It also heals the digestive tract and eliminates the waste that gets built up in the liver and gallbladder. Number 14. Honey and cinnamon drink. A warm cup of honey and cinnamon drink not only sounds relaxing, but actually is relaxing. This drink that feels like a warm hug has some serious health benefits. Mornings are normally associated with frantic activities, and drinking this simple drink will calm down the nerves. Just add a pinch of ground cinnamon and a tablespoon of honey in hot water and sip away. Number 15. Cucumber mint water. Cucumber mint water is a great summer drink. It's a simple way of kickstarting the day in a refreshed and hydrated manner. Adding just a couple of slices of cucumber and some mint leaves in a jar of water, allowing it to steep overnight, packs the water with essential nutrients. The body cannot function properly without water, and the combination of cucumber in water cleanses and detoxifies by flushing out the waste, while the antioxidants and nutrients improves digestion. If you wake up in the morning feeling sluggish and low in energy, then this drink will give the right kick and get rid of the morning blues. There's no better feeling in the world than waking up refreshed and ready to take on the day. These drinks are a healthy and nutrient-rich alternative to the traditional caffeine-filled mornings. Check out these drinks that can do wonders for your health. Also, learn about these.
Well, again, thank you all so much for watching that video with myself. I was able to put down some of the options that they provided. So please make sure you check out the chat as well for that list. Okay. So yes, if you would like to, please raise your hand in Zoom if you would like to share maybe your favorite morning drink, or maybe which of the drinks that were highlighted that you would like to try out, or that you already do, maybe your favorite that's on the list, etc. So again, I put a list together of some of these drinks. So if you could choose maybe one of them that you would like to try more, or that you like just in general, please raise your hand and we'll take a few minutes to talk about it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, Anne, how are you?
I'm still great, Scratchy. I drink a lot of some cucumber water because it actually
Yes.
helps me with the acid reflux. I don't know if they mentioned that with the cucumber water, but it has helped me. Um,
Mm.
and it helps to flush your kidneys too.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much
Mhm.
for that, Anne. Try putting some mint in there too. So cucumber, mint, and water, and see how that
Yeah,
tastes.
and
Okay.
I know that it sounds really crazy, but if you make a smoothie with sweet potatoes,
That's not
the
crazy. I've heard of that before.
the sweet potatoes help with people who have sugar and diabetics.
Well, we really appreciate that, Anne. Thank you so much for sharing, and you have
Yeah,
a great rest of your day.
thank you, hon, and you too.
And feel better, please.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you so much. Wow, we got a lot of hands today. Thank you for your participation, you all. Miss Dina, how are you? Which one of the items on the list I shared, which one do you like? Miss Dina, are you there? Uh, can you try unmuting yourself again, please?
I would like to try the turmeric tea because
Yeah, that was interesting.
the turmeric is usually associated with the bones, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but I didn't know it could be used as a tea, so I would like to try that.
hmm Yeah, literally just Google like turmeric tea and see how specifically how to brew it as well. But yes, I've heard of that before. I've never had it myself, but that's something, yeah, I didn't get a chance. I didn't put that on the list. That's the one I missed. But yes, turmeric has a lot of great health benefits I've heard. So try it out, Miss Dina.
I am.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You do the same.
hmm Thank you. Don't forget to lower your hand. Louise, again, how are you? Which one of the
I'm
items on
good.
the list do you like?
I like the lemon with the warm
Mm-hmm.
water.
Yeah,
That in the
lemon
morning.
and water. Lemon
Yeah,
and water. How easy is that, right?
yeah, and it's a good way to get rid of drinking the water in the morning. A lot of it, you know. But I've never tried the turmeric. I use the turmeric in my on my meat, my chicken, but
Mm-hmm.
I've never used it as a tea. So I have it. So I'm gonna try it.
Okay, well, thank you for suggesting that, and for Ms. Dina for sharing that as well. And yes, lemon and water, again, bioactive water, just by you putting that lemon in there, really does
It
really does help out.
takes away the acid,
Mm-hmm.
make your body alkaline. More alkaline than acid because acid introduce bugs to hang around.
Yeah, so every day, like I think you just said that, to kind of, we're kind of replace water. So I can definitely understand that. Maybe one day you do water, one day you do a tea or something, just
Hmm.
whatever you may need, like, whatever, however you're feeling for whatever flavor.
Yeah.
But yes, that could be a great alternative if you just don't like plain water by itself, or if you don't mind it, but you just want something different, that is
Hmm.
also a great suggestion. So thank you so much for sharing, Louise. I appreciate that so much.
You're welcome.
hmm Don't forget to lower your hand. Mrs. Thomas, why? Mrs. Thomas, I'm cracking up because it says because it is true in a way what you said. Why bother eating solid food? It seems that you can drink your way to good health and get all the benefits. Of course, I'm only fooling. Yes, of course, food has its own benefits like actual food and eating that food too. But drinking some of these nutrients or vitamins and minerals can be a great way to do so as well. So I appreciate that, Mr. Thomas. Thank you. But you sent that to me, so make sure it says send to, and then everyone. Make sure it says everyone in the Zoom chat. Okay. So that way, if you wanted to send that to everyone and not just me, you would have done so. Okay. Next up is Ms. Brenda Hill. How are you doing today? Which items on that we covered? Which one are you interested in?
I love all of them, but
Oh.
my main thing is coffee. I just got to have that coffee in the morning.
Oh, I can
I will be
understand.
making that change.
Yes, ma'am. It's in high school, I literally had a cup of coffee every day, and that was, well, I drank tea and coffee growing up, but in high school, I literally every single day, and it wasn't tough to tackle that habit, but it was just something that wasn't benefiting me. So, don't I wouldn't go cold turkey or so, but maybe a few times out the week, instead of that coffee, you could start your day off with some lemon water, some cucumber mint water, or maybe some tea, water with a little apple cider vinegar, some fruit teas like pomegranate tea. So there are some other options as well to get similar results than coffee. And it's fun to switch things up, right, Ms. Hill?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that you liked the ideas and tips. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hill. Next up is Miss Clement. How are you doing today? Which items do you like from the video that we watched together?
Oh, I'm doing good. The items that I like is the cucumber, and I put some lemon juice in it.
Oh yes, cucumber and lemon. That sounds delicious.
And I also do ginger and lemon.
Yes, ginger.
So
Ginger is
those
such a
two.
superfood. Ginger is such a superfood. So ginger, there are many, 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 many health benefits that I can't even talk about. So that's really great. I would, for me, I wouldn't maybe just do ginger and lemon. Maybe one day I'd probably add like a fruit in it myself. So I can still have a ginger and lemony, but maybe I'll add, a strawberry here or there, or maybe a grape or something of that nature too. So that's a great suggestion.
And
I need to
sometimes,
take my own advice.
yeah, and sometimes I have tea, which is the
Uh,
turmeric with
uh-huh.
chili and green tea.
Green tea, great. So many benefits of green tea.
Yes.
Matcha has so many benefits. So
Yes.
now that sounds really, really good. So, I think one of the main things that, I like this video because they didn't, I mean, just sodas and juices. I mean, just so many of them are, not really so really good for you. So these alternate suggestions mostly having to do with water, which is the main hydrator, of course, but I like the different variations, and you can really be creative with your drink, just as you've said, Ms. Clement. So I really
Yes.
appreciate you sharing that information with us today.
Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, just wow, just looking at this picture, I mean, some of our favorite drinks that we drink, some of us more than others, especially in my past, definitely drank a lot more of these than I do now. But just to think how much sugar can be in some of our drinks is quite astounding. But there are things that are being done. If you see a commercial on TV, you may have seen like a lot of the sugar or soda companies and juice companies, they are offering more low or no sugar options, but the regular options are still out there in the market. So keep that in mind. Our last hand for now is Miss Wanda. How are you doing today? Which ones do you like that we talked about or shared in the chat? You gotta hit, let me do it one more time. You gotta hit unmute in the middle, Miss Wanda. There you go. How are you?
Hi, Alex. How are you? I didn't see it. It wasn't up.
Alex, I like the mint and the cucumber. I went
Mm-hmm.
to a bridal shower. They put lemon in it. I like that,
Mm.
and that was really good. And I also did the used to do the Bragg's vinegar and water. That is really
Oh,
good too.
wait, what was that? What did you say? Brags, huh?
Vinegar, Bragg's vinegar. I used to
Oh,
do
oh,
that too.
I've never heard of that brand before.
Oh, it's organic, and it really works. It curves your appetite. You know what I'm saying?
Is it oh yes. I know one of the suggestions in the video was water with a little apple cider vinegar.
That's it.
Is
Bragg. It's apple cider vinegar.
oh, oh, okay. So
It's
that's one of the
apple cider. It's
I've
Bragg's.
never heard of that brand, Miss Wanda.
That's one of the best ones, Alex. I always use the Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
I think I've bought
Yeah,
it from my friend before, but I just saw apple cider vinegar. I don't think I
yeah. It's
paid
like
attention.
the cover the label is like yellow and it's Bragg's. It's
Oh
organic. It's
wow.
very good. It's
I
very
can
good.
literally imagine it because I've seen that before, but I never really paid attention to it.
Yeah, it
So
works too, Alex.
yeah, I know I know vinegar, you know, that can have many health benefits too. So I'm glad that you had, you know, you said at the bridal show. That's great. You all were refreshed while you were having fun.
Oh yeah, and another one is like when I went to a hotel. I forgot. I think it was a DoubleTree. They have like they put pineapple and there's blueberries
Mm,
and all that in the water.
yes.
That's
You
another way
attend
to get people to drink it. Yeah,
Yeah, you attended our second LCHC session, talked with Sue, talking about hydration, right? Where
yeah,
we talked about the bioactive water. That's literally
hmm
what you're talking about. Literally just putting fruits,
yeah.
in any fruits like lemon, lime, like any like
Cucumbers,
spot, you know,
anything. You can put cucumbers
anything.
in it.
You basically get more for your worth than just regular water, right? I love
Yeah,
water with ice. I love drinking water with ice. I love the taste of water. But sometimes, hey, I might want a little different. It still tastes like water, but it's just something else that's there that kind of makes you think in your head that it's not water, but it is. So it's kind of
yeah. I'm
tricking your
trying.
brain in a good way.
I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better.
We all are. Hey, I still have you know, I've been doing really good on the just water, but sometimes yes, I do really want a juice or a soda, but then I just like, you know, just take myself thinking about,
The
everything in
doctor gonna say,
moderation.
yeah, you got to do what you got to do. All right,
Yes.
Alex.
But
Take care.
that was a fun conversation. I appreciate you so much, Miss
All right, I
Wanda, and you have a
appreciate you
great
too.
rest of your day.
You too.
Hmm. Thank you. And I love the comments. I really appreciate you all sharing your favorite drinks to drink in the morning and some of the suggestions you all shared. I hope you all are able to take advantage of it. But again, the list of those recommended drinks are in the chat. Green tea, pomegranate tea, warm water with lemon, warm water with a little apple cider vinegar, matcha green tea, a berry smoothie, coconut water, schizandra tea. Sounds really interesting. Licorice tea, goji berry juice, vegetable juice, bone broth. Bone broth is very, Asian communities, they love drinking savory or eating savory things in the morning. So broth is definitely one of those. So that is around the world, very beneficial too. Honey and cinnamon drink. Honey has a lot of health benefits. Cinnamon has a lot of health benefits. And cucumber mint water. If I were to do one thing right now, I would do that cucumber mint water and that water with lemon. Those are two of the easiest things that you can do that most of us, you know, may have a lemon or some cucumbers or some fruits in our house to make our waters more bioactive and hydrating for us. So thank you all so much for your comments today. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And one question is, I think everyone kind of maybe has asked in their life, but it certainly is talked about. Do Americans need to drink more water? The answer is yes. There's no doubt about that. A growing list of private equity firms, venture funds, strategics, athletes, and celebrities think so as well. According to Dr. Kendra Frazier, a senior medical director at Oak Street Health, the number one cause of midday fatigue is dehydration. So if you're tired on the middle day, you probably do not have enough, you're not probably not hydrated enough, okay? She stated that the standard amount of healthy water consumption per day is 8 glasses a day at 6 to 8 ounces per glass. So if you think about yeah, 8 glasses a day, what I'm trying to do, and this is a suggestion, maybe drink a glass every hour, right? You can set an alarm every hour. You drink your glass of water and you go from there. But that's just a suggestion. With 75% of Americans being chronically dehydrated, Fraser said seniors and children who are in need of being monitored because they may not know they are at risk, right? So, you know, for us, make sure you're hydrated. 75% of Americans being chronically dehydrated. 75%. Can you believe if you imagine the US in four parts, three quarters or three parts of out of the four folks are dehydrated and it's literally about to be summer? No, that is very, very not good. So, please make sure you stay hydrated throughout this hotter season and even in the winter. You need water year round to survive and to think the best, do the best, and be the best that you can be. Some ways to avoid dehydration include adding a glass of water to your morning routine. Hey, doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be with lemon or with fruits or veggies or anything in it. Hey, if you can just do a glass of water, something is better than nothing, right? So when you wake up, I would recommend that you have your glass of water, and that way it kind of wakes yourself up too. I every time I wake up, I drink water. One, I'm usually thirsty after, a night of sleep and things of that nature. But again, it just starts your day off with the right foot. Drinking that first glass of water to then start hydrating your body, right? Limiting your coffee intake to one a day. And I wouldn't say drink coffee every day, right? But hey, one soda a week or maybe even two, one juice or whatever, everything in moderation, right? But we know what we are intaking, so we also have to keep that in mind. So if you drink coffee pretty regularly, I would limit that to one a day and maybe try to replace that with some of the options that were provided. Just as something different, right? To switch it up. I would not want to drink coffee every single day, it get pretty boring. So I would switch it up, maybe a tea, then maybe a water with some fruit, then maybe another tea, then maybe I'll do a coffee maybe on one day of the week, because maybe if you really you like coffee, hey, I love coffee, right? I was a barista, so I loved making drinks and trying them out and things of that nature, but everything in moderation. So things that you love, maybe put it to the weekend throughout the week. I'm trying to be good. I have not had a soda in, God knows how long, which is pretty good on my part. But if I wanted one, I wouldn't be so mad at myself, but I wouldn't make it a habit. Not all water is the same, right? So again, if you're buying water from the store, if it's not literally just water and there's something added to it, then look at the nutrition label. You may see that it's not as healthy as you may have thought it was. But again, simple water is king. Avoid overeating sodium, alcohol, and processed foods, okay? Because they take away your hydration. Salt attracts, the water, right? Same thing with alcohol and processed foods. These things take away water because water is required to break down those certain items in your body, right? Some require more, some require less. So sodium, alcohol, and processed foods are the main things that take away your hydration. That's why, when they say when folks drink, it's recommended that, if you have a cup of wine, then you have a cup of water afterwards, right? Wine, water, right? So that way, you keep yourself together and it's replenishing the hydration that you lost by drinking that alcoholic beverage. So that way, especially if you're out and about, you want to be sure that your mind is at the best it can be to make your decisions, right? So if I'm out or if I was out, even in my past, right? When I was out, I made sure to always have some water next to me so that way I am good to go with the rest of the day, right? Or rest of the night. So try to keep that in mind, okay? And last but certainly not least, juice and soda are not water. They do not count towards your daily hydration intake, right? Because again, those are, as we learned, let's see, like the stimulating, one of those beverages, that category, but those categories take away the hydration from your body. So it's important to, again, mainly drink water and make sure you get your daily intake of that, but also to limit the amount of the other beverages that you intake. But hey, once in a while, hey, live life a little, right? We're still here after COVID and, all these other things and stuff. And I'm certainly with you all, certainly enjoy what you like. You only live once, right? But always keep it, balanced and keep in mind your daily intake, okay? So this last video, before I have an app that I can suggest for you all to use, is what happens if you don't drink water. And I think this is very telling. I used to not be a water drinker. I used to be just a juice and soda drinker. But even before I watched this video, I realized the harm that can do. But this video really just put it in your face. Hey, what happens if you don't drink water and what happens to your body? So I hope you all enjoy. I do see you have a hand up. We'll be sure to address that hand soon enough, okay? But what happens if you don't drink water?
Water is virtually everywhere, from soil moisture and ice caps to the cells inside our own bodies. Depending on factors like location, fat index, age, and sex, the average human is between 55 and 60% water. At birth, human babies are even wetter. Being 75% water, they are swimmingly similar to fish. But their water composition drops to 65% by their first birthday. So what role does water play in our bodies? And how much do we actually need to drink to stay healthy? The H2O in our bodies works to cushion and lubricate joints, regulate temperature, and to nourish the brain and spinal cord. Water isn't only in our blood. An adult's brain and heart are almost 3/4 water. That's roughly equivalent to the amount of moisture in a banana. Lungs are more similar to an apple at 83%, and even seemingly dry human bones are 31% water. If we are essentially made of water and surrounded by water, why do we still need to drink so much? Well, each day
That's a
we
good
lose
question.
2 to 3 liters through our sweat, urine, and bowel movements, and even just from breathing. While these functions are essential to our survival, we need to compensate for the fluid loss. Maintaining a balanced water level is essential to avoid dehydration or overhydration, both of which can have devastating effects on overall health. At first detection of low water levels, sensory receptors in the brain's hypothalamus signal the release of antidiuretic hormone. When it reaches the kidneys, it creates aquaporins, special channels that enable blood to absorb and retain more water, leading to concentrated dark urine. Increased dehydration can cause notable drops in energy, mood, skin moisture, and blood pressure, as well as signs of cognitive impairment. A dehydrated brain works harder to accomplish the same amount as a normal brain, and it even temporarily shrinks because of its lack of water. Overhydration, or hyponatremia, is usually caused by overconsumption of water in a short amount of time. Athletes are often the victims of overhydration because of complications in regulating water levels in extreme physical conditions. Whereas the dehydrated brain amps up the production of antidiuretic hormone, the overhydrated brain slows or even stops releasing it into the blood. Sodium electrolytes in the body become diluted, causing cells to swell. In severe cases, the kidneys can't keep up with the resulting volumes of dilute urine. Water intoxication then occurs, possibly causing headache, vomiting, and in rare instances, seizures or death. But that's a pretty extreme situation. On a normal day-to-day basis, maintaining a well-hydrated system is easy to manage for those of us fortunate enough to have access to clean drinking water. For a long time, conventional wisdom said that we should drink 8 glasses a day. That estimate has since been fine-tuned. Now, the consensus is that the amount of water we need to imbibe depends largely on our weight and environment. The recommended daily intake varies from between 2.5 to 3.7 liters of water for men and about 2 to 2.7 liters for women, a range that is pushed up or down if we are healthy, active, old, or overheating. While water is the healthiest hydrator, other beverages, even those with caffeine like coffee or tea, replenish fluids as well. And water within food makes up about 1/5 of our daily H2O intake. Fruits and vegetables like strawberries, cucumbers, and even broccoli are over 90% water and can supplement liquid intake while providing valuable nutrients and fiber. Drinking well might also have various long-term benefits. Studies have shown that optimal hydration can lower the chance of stroke, help manage diabetes, and potentially reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. No matter what, getting the right amount of liquid makes a world of difference in how you'll feel, think, and function day to day.
I hope you all enjoyed that video. Again, what happens if you don't drink water? Again, it was quite telling, quite informational, and I hope, that allows us to learn how to regulate our hydration, not too much, not overhydrating or under hydrating as well. So also please keep that in mind and what the effects if you don't drink enough water. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. So again, if you would like to share your thoughts, I have some questions in the chat that I'll put. Maybe what is one new fact that you learned today? What is your favorite beverage? How can this info improve your daily life? And then I'll leave you all today with one app that I think all of us can take advantage of, not just for the purpose that I'll be covering today, but also some other options as well. So Apple has an app called the Health app. It was originally on iPhone, but came to iPad OS 17 last fall. So Apple Health is an app that provides a central and secure place for your health and fitness information, so it's easily accessible and under your control. So if I go to my home screen again, this app comes with the newest updates, so you don't have to download it per se. It's found on your iPad. So mine is here on the bottom left-hand side, but it could, depends on the location of your iPad, but this is the Health app on your iPad. Once you're in the Health app, you notice that there are many different categories that you can take advantage of. One, there's a simple summary that you can look at, and you can even share this information with like your friends, your family. And here at the bottom, you can even add this information to any health record. So if you go to Kaiser or MedStar, if you have those providers, you can actually search for that particular hospital and you can actually log into that system and potentially your doctor will be able to see these results as well through this method. So on the left-hand side, you can also attach your health records to the app or have when you add something to the app, it will be added to your health records as well. So I think that's a really neat feature that you can utilize. But again, here are the different categories. So everything from activity to body measurements, to cycle tracking, to hearing, to heart health, to medications. If you take medications on a regular basis, you can add them to this app. So there's a built-in health app that no ads, really easy to do, and you can track your medications as well with this app. So look, you can add a medication, like if I put in Tylenol or something, just as an example, but your medication, you can type that in, you can adjust it based on if it's a capsule or if a tablet, or there are some other options as well that you can do. So just by going through that, you can add your times, your days that you need to take it, etc. as well. And there are many other options like mental well-being, mobility, nutrition, right? Nutrition, respiratory, sleep. At the bottom of every single one of these options, there is some articles like why sleep is important. You can read that. Isn't that cool? You can get some really easy to understand information. There's no jargon. It's really, really great to learn more about these different things. Symptoms, your vitals, if you take track of that, other data as well. But specifically in nutrition, look what happens. If I go down to nutrition and I look at water, look at that, water, and I can add data for the day or I can look at the whole week, I can look at the month. Look, if I had add data, I drank however many milliliters, right? So you can put milliliters, you can change it. Look, at the bottom, you can change the unit. So maybe you want cups. I think cups is easier. I'm gonna do the US cups, okay? US cups, all right. And I'm going to put that I drank. I wish this was fully true, but yesterday I drank 8 cups of water. So let me choose the day, May 13th. Let me hit add. And there you go. It literally tracks it by week and by day. So it even marks the time that you actually marked it. So if, let's say I did add data, and look, the time, let's say I did yesterday, maybe at 9 a.m. You could do that. You could just mark it as you do it if you want. 9 a.m. 13, that was yesterday, and maybe I drank 1 cup of water. So just one. Let me get one. Let me hit add, and look at that. So for the week, yep, and Monday I drank 9 cups. I did 1 cup at 9 to 10, and then these 8 cups are right here. So you could either do it by the hour or you could do it all together. Doesn't really matter too much as well, but you could again see everything by the month, by 6. You can track yourself for a whole year if you want to, just with this app. Again, you can favorite it. So look, I can favorite it in my summary. So if I go back to summary, it automatically pulled up the water section. So you can favorite each of these too as well as you go through. But a lot of these are wonderful, like with the mental health questionnaire, logging your emotions and mood, ability. There is some information here as well. So the Apple Health app actually has a lot of great information, and you can track your medications, add to your health records, and add data in regards to many different health categories. Okay. So that is the Apple Health app. If you like this app, if you open it, have opened it, or if you would like to open this app to track your water intake and other things as well, please raise your hand in Zoom. And if you like the health app, if you want to utilize it, if you've opened it already, I want you all to take advantage of the health app, okay? So we covered this a few times in our sessions as well, but very, very important and useful app to utilize on your iPad, Apple Health. You can use it again to track your medications, add your records, health records if you would like. You can track data in regards to different things. There's so many options. I mean, if you track your blood pressure, if you track your nutrient intake, if you track your sleep, if you track any symptoms, if you track your mobility, maybe steps that you take, if you track anything with your heart, like your heartbeats or beats per minute, right? Things of that nature, right? So lots of great information and things to utilize, okay? So I appreciate that. We reached about 6 hands, so you all can lower your hands, but I really appreciate, again, you all taking the time to learn more about hydration, beverages, and health today with our session today. So again, if you have any comments or questions, I also, again, did put some questions in the chat again. So maybe what is one new fact that you learned today? Do you like the health app? What is your favorite beverage? And or how can this information improve your daily life or others too? What did you learn today that was impactful? So again, please raise your hand. At the end, we will be hosting a poll, okay? So, but again, I hope you all enjoyed today. And tomorrow we have our module at 1:30 talking about DCPL, the LinkedIn Learning app with Jordan, and talking about buttons and accessibility features. Hey, Anne, how are you? Would you like to answer one of the questions I put in the chat? And if you like to respond, please raise your hand in Zoom, again, to any of the questions that are in the chat, or if you could just share, again, what you liked about today's session. Again, Anne, did you want to answer one of the questions that I shared or thoughts
I
on today's
just
session?
wanted to make a comment on the lemon juice and water. I forgot that my grandmother used to drink that. My aunt, they brought back a memory. They both lived to be 100 and 102.
Mm-hmm.
And they drank warm water and lemon juice every morning. And
Yes, I,
and I'm thinking that maybe I need to go back and because I'd like to live a few more years, so maybe I'll try and catch up.
Yeah, and for your, I've been dealing with some, level of sickness and a little bit too. So that lemon in that water certainly helps out with your voice and just calming down that part of that part of, so that way you can speak a little easier. So I really recommend that you try that out, okay?
I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna add some mint to it.
Yes, ma'am. The
Hmm.
more the better. I mean, there's really nothing you can go wrong in that regard.
I've been drinking a lot of ginger and lemon tea, but I was thinking about the lemon water when
Hmm.
somebody mentioned it, and I remember that my grandmother the more used to drink that, and I think she said that her father used to drink it, and he lived a good life too.
Yes, ma'am. So try it out. See if it makes any difference. Miss Dina said it has a holistic effect, so I'm
Well,
sure it
so
will
it does.
help out.
Old folks had a lot of things going on. They had a lot of wisdom and mother wit. So
Yes, ma'am,
if
and that's why I
if
appreciate you all
people listen,
sharing everything.
if you listen to older people, sometimes you might learn a whole lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Everything is not out the book in a degree.
Thank you so much, Anne. I really appreciate your thoughts, and I hope you again you feel better, and maybe some of today will help out with that. Okay,
Thank you, darling. It's been rough, but I'm getting there.
we believe in you. Have a good day.
All right, honey. Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, our two hands again, Miss Wilda, and then we'll have Miss Geraldine. Hi, Miss Bud. How are you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I
Hello,
hope you enjoyed
everyone.
the session. And would you like
Yes,
to answer one of the questions I shared?
I came in late, and yes, but I enjoyed this health app very much. I did
Hmm.
learn today that water intake. You've always heard drink 8 glasses a day, but I learned today that's not necessarily true, and it depends on several other factors, location and your weight,
It
all of that.
does.
Yes, that was very, very interesting to me because I do miss that session that you had the exercise where we had the table. The woman came in and we did chair exercises. I do miss that particular session. We had that, I think maybe last year. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we've had some things in the past similar to that, but
Yes. But
we'll look,
anyway,
looking
so
forward
this
to
helps
that
a lot.
soon.
And I take a lot of different medications. So I have
Yes.
to I have to always monitor my weight because I take fluid pills. I have to monitor my weight and my blood pressure on a regular basis.
Yeah. So
So
that
this
health
is
app, literally what you said, medications,
yes,
health, weight, you can track all of that inside that app
yes,
as
indeed. So
well.
this was a very, very good app. And thank you so much for sharing.
No, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and comments. I hope you have a great rest of your day, Miss Wilda. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Hmm. So again, I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and again, Miss. Wow, we have a ton of hands today, so we may have to limit them. But again, I'm going to go ahead and start our poll for today, and then I'll be able to also answer those two hands with the time that we have left. So I'm just going to ask both to unmute. It'll be Geraldine first, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start our poll. So again, please make sure you fill out today's poll. And then once you do, you are free to go, but please stay on to listen to others as well. But thank you all so much. So again, while you complete the poll, Miss Geraldine, and then we'll have Mr. Ronald. Hi, Geraldine. Hope you're well.
Hi. I enjoyed the session today. I'm a coffee drinker in the morning. Every morning I have to have my coffee, but I need to drink more water. And I learned that well, I had heard this before that you can put cucumbers in your water to make it
Mm-hmm.
more palatable, and yeah, I guess other fruit as well. And about the turmeric tea, I've had the turmeric tea. I've had it with milk. And
Mm-hmm.
warm turmeric tea with that warm milk is just so luscious. That's the word I would use for it. It's
I've
luscious.
never tried that. I'll be sure to try that if I can. I've never
Uh,
had turmeric tea with. I haven't. I'm not much of a tea and milk person, but that sounds pretty good.
yeah, it is good. But I imagine with the water, it's good too.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to put some honey in your lemon because the honey
Yes.
is good properties too, along with the lemon and the warm water, and that'll help your throat.
That's
That'll
like
help
a triad of good stuff. That's gonna really
That's
get rid
some
of
good stuff. That's some good stuff. Well,
that.
that's all I wanted to say. That's it. That's it. Thank you for the presentation. It was
Oh,
I learned a lot. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Geraldine. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Ronald. How are you doing today?
Good
You're
afternoon.
well.
Good afternoon, everybody. On a nice rainy afternoon. I have
Yes,
to
sir.
confess I drink a lot of bottled water, but
That's not a bad thing.
I've never added any of these vegetables or fruit to it, but it's
Yes.
not too late to start. I think I'm gonna give it a
Nope.
good try.
Mr. Ronald, were you able to check out Sue's session with the Leadership Council a few weeks ago? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel soon, so I recommend that you watch that video when it comes out. But she talked a lot about bioactive water. When you put fruits and veggies and things of that nature in water, it makes it more hydrating than water by itself. So by you putting cucumbers, different mint, or different spices or fruits and veggies, you're getting more hydration. And at the end, when you drink the water, you can eat the fruit. So, you kind of get both at the same time, and you get more for this kind of the same. So who doesn't like a good deal? You get your water, but you also get the benefits from those fruits and veggies and things of that nature in that water as well. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1, and it really does help out. I love it.
I'm gonna start trying it. I really am.
Yeah. No, don't go cold turkey. I mean, well, you said bottled water. I love bottled water, right? But once in a while, maybe pour it into a cup, or and then just put some fruits and veggies in it, and you will, slowly but surely notice the difference. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Alex. Good job, Coach. Thank you.
I really appreciate that, Mr. Ronald. You have a great rest of your day. So again, please make sure you fill out the poll to let us know how you felt about today's session. There are 4 questions. Please make sure you answer each one, 1 through 4, and then hit submit at the end, okay? Looking through the chat, I wasn't able to get through a chat, but we have about 50% there. So again, make sure you fill out the poll, and once you do, you're free to go. I appreciate you all coming on. Make sure you come on to our module session tomorrow. Yes, and thank you, Geraldine, for the tip. I really appreciate that. Hi, thank you, Mr. Ronald, and thank you, Miss Pamela. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate all the chats. Ms. Holmes, looking forward to using the health app. Yes, it's right there on your iPad, Ms. Linda. You can find it, and you're able to utilize the features that we talked about as well. So thank you so much for that. Drink again all those Gatorades I used to drink. Yes. Everything in moderation. So, if you still like Gatorades once in a while, it's definitely not bad, especially if you need just a tiny little kick, but just make sure that you I do not just drink soda. I do not just drink juice. I make sure throughout the day, I have at least 1 cup of water. Hey, 1 cup is better than none, but that the recommended amount, try to get as close as you can to that, and you'll see the benefits, okay? Water tracker. Oh yeah, there is many apps for it, Miss Rosemary, for water trackers. I just thought the health app, there's more than just being able to do water, but there are some games that involve with water tracking, and there are some certain apps that are really fun to do so, but I hope you all get to take advantage of the health app. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dolores. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If the submit button is not working, Yvonne, make sure you fill out each question, okay? It won't allow you to submit unless you answer all 4 questions on the Zoom, okay? So again, 58% will give about a minute or so for the poll to fill out. Thank you. But again, I really appreciate you all coming on to our session today and for all the tips. Thank you. Appreciate that. And please make sure you submit the poll. Thank you so much, you all. 62%, I appreciate that. And I hope you all learned something new about beverages and hydration. I mean, I really enjoyed presenting this session for you all. It's a lot of fun as well. So thank you. The health app can be found in your home screen, Miss Rosemary. So if you've updated your iPad, it is the health app. You can also go to the App Store and search for it if you need to, okay? But I really appreciate it. It's the health app. It's white and has a little heart in it. So it's very, very distinctive, okay? But I will put it in the chat just because, since we're still waiting for a couple of folks to answer the poll. But again, I really appreciate that. But again, once you update your iPad, this app automatically downloads. So I think that's such a great feature as well. Again, this health app was on iPhone for a year, iOS 16, but our iPads only got the health app in iPad OS 17. Okay. So that this on the iPad is about a few months, about half a year old. But there's the link to the health app if you just want to quickly access it and make sure that's on your iPad, okay? So thank you all so much for completing the poll today. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead, make sure we're all good to go. Again, just letting letting us know how you felt about the session really does help out when it comes to knowing what you like and how we can improve, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all coming on to our presentation today, and I will see you all tomorrow at 1:30 for our module on DCPL and buttons and accessibility features. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Okay,
Alex.
Have a
Thank you,
great
Alex.
day.
Really enjoyed this
Alex.
session.
Have a good evening.
Stay
Thank
dry.
you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later. Hope you learned
Bye-bye.
something new.
All right. Bye.
Have
Good
a good
night,
day,
gang.
you all.
Good night, gang.
Bye, everybody. Have a good
Good
day.
night, everyone.